I left the city, I've been browsing. Treading water that they drowning. I head on the swivel, yeah. It's only really my surroundings. They keep it all the way.
Hey everybody, it's Zach, aka Zach's Reviews. We are back again with another video. And guys, this was episode 12 of Stargirl. Today was Stargirl night. This was a phenomenal episode. I'm gonna let my sister go first as usual, talk about what she liked about episode 12. Andy, what did you like about this episode? I have a lot I liked.
My favorite, my heart, was filled with, so much, love, because Beth got to meet Dr. Midnight for the first time in the episode, and my heart just, was filled with so much,
joy
and love.
I was happy. I was super happy about that.
I'm worried about Jade. Let's talk about that for a second. I'm worried about her because she, I guess,
she got some of that black goo that was left at the cafeteria when they were fighting the new injustice.
Yeah, when Cindy got sucked into it.
Yeah.
So...
Which I was shocked that was still there.
She's having nightmares because she saw Pat dead, Wildcat, Courtney...
Well, Courtney wasn't really dead, but that's the last thing we'll talk about because that's such a big holy shit moment. But... I liked about this episode is piggybacking off of what you said. I really was happy when we finally got to see, Beth meet, Dr. Midnight. I was awesome. It was awesome because they were talking about technology, talking about she's like, oh, do you want your goggles back? And he's like, no, I already have some. They're actually linked up to my sunglasses. And they were just they were bonding about that. And he said, "You can call me Chuck."
Yeah, she's like, okay, Chuck, and she was so happy about it because that's who she is used to.
That's who she, that's who he was based off of. You know what I mean? That's what I liked a lot about that.
Yeah, she was so used to Chuck that when she heard Dr. Midnight was the first time, she's like, Chuck. He's like, I don't know who you are.
Exactly. So
and she's like, Chuck, it's me, Beth.
I'm thinking in general that was who she was talking to the entire time. Maybe I'm thinking that's maybe what it was, and he didn't expect he was going to get out. That's what I'm putting together because he said, Chuck or whatever. You know what I mean? I'm assuming that that's who he was. You know what I mean? And I don't know if that was the case or maybe that was just the AI meaning for him. I don't know, either or. But I'm just happy that, that was such a relief because, when Chuck was left and, she couldn't make, the glasses work again, that was her one friend that she really had before she was even, recruited a part of the JSA.
Yeah.
That's why I really enjoy is that, he's alive. That one best friend that she had, she rekindled it and, Dr. Midnight is Chuck. I just found that as a cool foreshadowing of, that was her first friend and, he's back and he's not gone.
Yeah.
And I was just happy to see that out of all the crap that was going on with, in the beginning of this episode, it said 4 hours earlier and we saw Jenny and we saw Beth at the school and that's when they found the goo. And then that's when they got the call saying, Courtney's out of the screen and because they had to split up. Because the ring was sending 2 locations of where Shade could be. So this Shade already... And in our head, we already know Shade, is the one that's letting out Courtney and all that stuff, and that explains also why, when Pat and Barb went to go find Shade at the theater, that's why Jenny and Beth weren't with them because there was 2 locations that they had to go look for Shade. So I explained it, and they weren't there to witness, Shade sacrificing himself to bring back, Courtney and Dr. Midnight and Cindy. I just really enjoyed that. I was like, it's some exposition that explained what we missed. Why aren't they there? What's happening? And I enjoyed it. And that's why Jenny, when she saw that goo, she hit it with the lantern ring, but it went into the lantern ring. And I thought, oh my God, we're going to have the same problem where, again, it's they're going to have to choose to either kill or, they're going to have, the JSA is going to have the same problem that the old JSA had, whether if they want to kill or not. And they're going to have that vote probably. And since it's somebody that, that they care about, it's going to be really hard for them to make that decision.
Yeah.
Sometimes it was really hard for them to make the decision before the old JSA, but they did it because they thought it was the best thing to do. And I was like, Courtney's not, and it's going to be left up to Courtney probably. And, that's when, Sylvester's going to come in and be like, look, you don't want to make the same mistake we all made when we made this decision. But I was completely wrong in a sense. But because, again, little do we know to find out, when we see Jenny being sick, it's because that thing is affecting her. And in my head, I'm still thinking, oh my gosh, she's gonna, Eclipso's gonna go in her, and shit's gonna go sideways.
Okay, speaking of Eclipso, I need to give props to that little kid.
That little kid's a baller, bro.
Oh my god, he is so good.
Weirdly enough, I prefer Eclipso being the little boy because I find him even more of an irritating being. I find it more like I hate him more because he's the little kid. Exactly. And I love that. That's so smart from the writers to be like, he's a monster and he's taking a kid's form and he's being even more evil in a kid's form than he is like by himself, and that's so smart. Because some people can look at Eclipso and laugh at him, but when you put him in a little boy and he's like being evil, and it's just pure genius, these writers. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's more menacing because he's a kid, and you just would be like, oh, you little, like... So that kid, the kid that's playing Eclipso is a boss.
We give props
a boss to you, bro. You're awesome. Make it 10 times better, bro.
I think the writers... Best. I think the writers are, like...
Oh, whoever came up with that's a genius.
Like, because he has to be racist.
Dude, that, oh my god, I just can't, because he even said it again, when Beth's like, we know who you are, we see right through your, you see right through your, like, your games, and she's like, oh, she's like, I forget what she says, but he's like, I like, she's like, we were, you were wrong, like, you were wrong, or whatever, and she's like, I was right about you or something, or like something. She's like, he said some racist ass shit again. I'm like, dude, you'll ask. It's so good. It's just, I find it you're more irritating because you're in a kid form. It's that he's just that evil. But going on to like, just, he's trying to get under people's skin. And he's trying to get underneath Dr. Midnight's skin about him killing his daughter, saying, oh, you hate me. Do you still hate me because of what I did to your daughter?
No, he said, do you still hate me for what I did to your little girl?
Yeah, like, that's cut. And the fact of it is just, I'm loving that he has a plan. Again, he's like 10 times more ahead of them in his plan. He's playing chess while they're playing checkers, and he's putting everything in place. And me thinking when, when Charles Midnighter said, to Pat saying, you found the light in your stepdaughter, meaning, again, I've been right. I was right, guys. With that is Courtney. She is the light. She is the person that is going to end all this. She's going to end all of it. Same as how they kind of, like, he mentioned Jade, too. Jenny or whatever. He mentioned her saying, is she experienced with the ring more, meaning that they are both the light and the problem, and hence why I was afraid in last week's episode when, like, again, Eclipso was really pushing at Courtney, saying, oh, you hate me, don't you? Oh, just admit it. And she's like, I hate you, meaning that's what he wants. He wants that darkness to build inside of her so he can take over her, and that's exactly because he knows she is a threat. He knows it, and I was right, guys, bro. I'm so here with the writers. On the way they're thinking, the way I'm thinking, I'm like calling out ahead of time what they're doing because I know how good this writing is. I love it. I'm loving it.
I'm gonna love this episode. Love the staff is feeling better.
That was a cool at the beginning of this episode because we start out, I think, before the whole flashback. We see
the dog,
and like, what's the song playing for the dog?
He goes, I'm sexy and something.
Yeah, I loved that song that was playing, and there was the dog, like, it was a dog that was, because it played all ominous at first, like no one was home, and then we see the dog running around, eating the junk food, eating out Barb's shoes, and I think Courtney's shoes, and
Courtney's bag.
And just like Courtney's bag. Yeah, I loved it. I was like, this is so fun, to give us like a little sigh of relief after the big episode we had. It was like a kind of funny moment. And then we see, of course, all of them walk through the door, and then I love when the staff was chasing the dog. That was the best part, because the dog peed on the staff's box. I liked that. It's like, going after the dog, feeling better, especially because, it was a cool, cute moment where we see them all walk in, and Courtney sees the staff saying, oh, well, you're feeling better. And that was just a cool, happy moment, because he was happy to see Courtney again. And, going into also, like, Cindy, she's
no bitch, but I like her.
But she's smart about what she did. She was trying to get underneath, again, Yolanda's skin, because she knew that Yolanda would come back if Cindy told Yolanda that, it wasn't Henry that sent that out, when you were doing your acceptance speech, I'm the one that sent it out, not Henry. Pushing her to the level of, like, and telling her, I'm a part of the JSA, we don't want you coming back, we don't need any weak links, we don't need you. Meaning that she knew that would want to make Yolanda come back, so that way, again, this was the problem in the beginning of the episode, no one was trusting Cindy, and I knew that was, especially for Yolanda not trusting Cindy, not liking Cindy, that would make, Cindy knew that would make Yolanda come back, because Courtney tries to recruit Yolanda again, saying, the JSA killed, and she's like, that just makes it 10 times better. You thought that would help? That, that Ted Grant killed somebody.
It makes it worse.
Happens twice. It happened twice. You know what I mean? I followed the steps. I wore the suit of a killer. And she felt that way until, again, Cindy saw, Yolanda, refusing to come back, to Courtney. And that's why she did that too. Because they know that, Cindy knows that the JSA and they need Yolanda to fight. Because, again, Cindy knows that Yolanda has that darkness that she'll let out in a fight, and that's what they need. They need somebody that will give it all they got to defeat Eclipso, and they know what they need to do to end him. They know it. And Yolanda knows it, and that's why Cindy knows that she has that darkness in her, and she embraces her darkness. And I'm just excited to see, but that's, again, what the problem is because that's exactly what Eclipso wants. He wants all of them to use the darkness to feed off that and to get into Courtney. And that's why I'm pissed off, because it's like it's working all in his favor. That Cindy's saying you need to embrace your darkness, you need to fight dirty, and that's exactly what Eclipso wants. He wants Courtney to fight dirty, to snuff out the light within her. Because again, she's the chosen one. She was always meant to have that staff, and he even knows it, and he's afraid of her. He's afraid of her light, and I think that's why he put Jenny in that state.
Yeah.
But what else did you like? Because I'm going on, because I just love this episode so good. Sorry guys, I'm here with the writers.
Nothing really. I mean, everything was good.
What about Jakeem? I'll let you talk about that. That was cool.
Jakeem. I love him. Okay.
He's awesome. He's a great addition.
Mike's riding his bike around the neighborhood.
Trying to find him.
Trying to find Jakeem.
From last week's episode.
Yes. He's riding down the street on his bike and finds this big ass hamburger.
That was awesome. Here I am drooling out the mouth like, oh my god. Dude's a genius.
And then he also sees Jakeem's
paper bag.
And
his name's in it.
And yeah, so Jakeem William.
I thought that was funny. It's like, you just wow. It's so funny to me because that's your answer. That's who has the pen.
Jakeem.
I love that. And they get into a little bit more of why it went to Jakeem.
And then Jakeem was like, I wish for Chinese food, and he took off.
He said, you idiot? He's
like, China.
He's gonna send to China. How long has he been gone? About 4 hours?
3 or 4 hours.
I thought, I was like, oh god, he's like, we need him here right now. And we don't really see, again, the Thunderbolt essence. We just see the pink pen. So I'm wondering, well, of course we'll see, they probably want to save on budget because they are spending a lot for this stuff, so that's probably why they wouldn't put him keeping the pen.
But Mike tries to explain the JSA to Jakeem.
Yeah, it's saying...
Have you ever heard of the Justice Society? And he goes...
Is that a Boy Scouts thing? I was like, oh my god. I was like, wow, you've never heard of the JSA? That's so funny because, barely anybody does. So I was like, that's funny. He's like, what is it, a Boy Scouts thing or something? I thought that was funny.
I'm not good with whatever it was.
Yeah, and it was funny to me because it's like...
I'm not good. He said I'm not good with knots.
I'm not good with thoughts?
I'm not good with tying knots.
Tying knots? Oh god, that's so funny. But I loved how he explained to Jakeem. He's like, I didn't mean to send it to you. And he's like, you really thought I was, what did he mean? Like, in better hands, me?
He said, I wish I was in better hands. And Jakeem thought it was him. Yeah, he's like, you were in my... I didn't think it was going to read my thoughts. You were in my head because, you're on time with your paper route. And, you do something, like he said something else. You're on time with your paper route, and you're always so neat with things. That in the head of my thought, in my head, that's what I was thinking. But I didn't mean it would actually choose you. I didn't want it to happen. I need the pen back. And he's like, I just need you to help us defeat Eclipso. So pretty much he welcomed him to the team because again, that's not where Mike's heading with him, the pink pen again, because it was never meant to be with him. It was always meant to be with Jakeem. So I love how he's setting him up saying, you're part of the JSA essentially. And I think he in this final battle is going to be wearing Stripe. I think that's what's going to happen. Yeah, I think it might be Stripe. I think that's what's going to happen. I don't see, even in the vision that Jenny had, Pat wasn't even in the suit. I think Mike is. Yeah, Pat was. It would be cool if he was, if that was his debut as Stripe, Mike. I would like that. It was passing the torch because I feel like that's what we're kind of been building. Where is Mike's purpose? And I feel like that'd be cool if he was in the Stripe costume. Yes, but going into everything else, with everything else that's going on, I'm just excited to see, since Courtney
is what it seems like it's heading for her, that Eclipso is going to try to take over her. And I don't know if now is the time for Starman to make his debut, because this is the finale next week, guys. This is it. This is it for the season of season 2 of Stargirl. I don't want this to continue to next season where it's like he does succeed and she is the villain to the next season. I don't want that. I hope, if anything, that's not the case. I'm thinking Starman's gonna come in. I just cannot imagine that they just like blew off this whole Starman being introduced again. I don't want him to be like another cliffhanger to next season like it was in season 1, where like he showed up like once and like to find Pat, and we like, I don't want him to finally show up at the end, because it's like we had that cliffhanger already. I want him to show up and actually do something. I'm hoping that happens soon in the episode, and it's like a second fight, maybe when it, like something bad happens, and I don't even know. But I also don't want him to be the savior of the problem. Like, I don't want him to be the solution, Starman, Sylvester. I would rather they lose, he comes in and gives her like a pep talk or something, and then that's when something happens or something. I don't want him to be the solution.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I hope he comes in the finale. I do not want him to be another cliffhanger to next season. I'm excited to see, does this mean, is Jenny going to be out of commission because she's went through so much in that dream and probably just, like used a lot of energy? Will she not be able to be up for the fight and the challenge? Because again, it's going to be 10 times worse now that Eclipso will take over her, and she has the staff too, the cosmic staff, because that makes it 10 times even more of a problem. So I'm curious to know what will happen, but it is light versus light in a sense, because again, Dr. Midnighter did talk about Jenny saying, has she mastered the ring, and I think at that moment she will, because she cares about Courtney so much that I feel like that she will take out Eclipso. She'll learn to control the ring even more in her powers, and she'll probably take out Eclipso with the help of everybody else, because everybody else is up again. Yolanda came back. She has her suit now. She's happy to be back. It looks like by that smile. Rick's back with his hourglass, but I think it's not going to be only an hour anymore. Cameron was talking about on Instagram Live, saying that, in the comic books, they make it so Cameron it's not just Rick. An hour.
I mean, you think I said no, Cameron plays Rick.
And he said that in the comic books, he's like, someone asked, like, oh, do you think we'll ever see the hourglass be more than an hour? Because in the comics, it's just, like, it goes beyond more than an hour. It's just strength when you put it on. And he said, I'm not sure if that will happen, but I would love to see that happen. I feel like that's exactly what's going to happen. I feel like Rick is going to do the equation, but make it so it's not just an hour. He can just wear it whenever and it'll work. And he can still be called Hour Man because it's an hourglass. Yeah. So I even explained that to Annie. So I'm just happy to see that and see where that's going to go with that, because for Rick, originally Rick wasn't going to get out because his uncle said, told Pat to go to hell when Pat went to go see his uncle to tell him, this could ruin his life. He didn't mean to do what he did. Can you please drop the charges? And he said, go to hell. And Pat's like, I've met guys like you when I was younger, when I was in the army and all that stuff. And, he's like, you're evil. And you know what I mean? He's like, I have some evil in me too. Or I mean, I was like, shit. And he closed the blinds and locked the door. I'm like, oh, he did something to you, dude. And that's going to suck if we ever find out what he did. Like, yeah, he's like, so I don't know what Pat did, but Pat, I've been holding out. Pat, I feel like, is a real badass.
He's a badass.
He knows how to contain himself. Yeah. I feel like he could do major damage if he wanted to, though. I'm just hoping we explore that a little bit more, because I did not know Pat was in the army.
I didn't know
that. I don't know if everybody else knew that. I don't think they mentioned it. So I'm excited to see if maybe we'll get some history on what he went through in the army, and maybe some insight of, because I don't know what he did to Rick's uncle, but it didn't look good.
But we'll know.
We'll probably know next season, maybe. Yeah. But yeah, guys, I'm just really stoked about this episode. I loved this episode. I'm loving the season. By far, I'm gonna be honest, I still love that school fight episode. I don't know what episode that was. I don't even know. But I love that episode so much in this one. I was like so close. I love this episode.
You know mine. I'm not gonna say because
I am excited. I know you like the Henry episode. I know in Brainwave episode, Yolanda's episode. Yeah. I know you like it. I just love that. Nothing beat that school fighting episode, except this might beat it, because I loved this episode. I loved the explanations, and we're finally getting to that climax of the story. I can't wait.
I think it goes, Yolanda's episode's up here, then the school fight episode.
How are you saying the school fight is below, bro? That was the best fighting I've seen on the CW in a superhero show. The best fighting. Whoever the choreographer is and the stunt team, you guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. You guys think the best fighting for this show? It's so good. It's so good.
It's Yolanda. School fight.
She's out in the clouds. She doesn't know what she's talking about. I love it. I love this show so much. So much.
Good. I love this show.
Oh my god, I just love it. I just can't take it. It makes me want to cry because we know how crap the CW shows can be. Like this comic book stuff. No, not that. I'm talking about the comic book stuff. Oh, Riverdale and Legacies can be iffy sometimes as well. But I'm saying this show has not let me down, and I hope it doesn't, because these writers and everybody involved with the show are just awesome. They give it their all. They know what we want, and I'm hoping this will be the one show, and Superman and Lois, of course, that these shows succeed past all these other seasons of all these other superhero shows that have sucked after season 3.
Give me a musical episode.
I don't know when it started sucking again after Ra's al Ghul. I think Ra's al Ghul was season 3 for Arrow, and the Flash stopped getting good after Zoom, and that was season 3. And I'm thinking this show will. I'm praying that Superman and Lois in this show beat and keep being great each season, and this will be the one like safe haven of the CW. DC universe. I hope that this can give us an inkling of hope that the other shows can be good, and when they start them.
Please give me a musical episode of Stargirl.
I don't want that. Don't ask for that. Don't ask for that. I don't want a musical episode. Please, dear God, do not listen to what she just said. I hate this musical episode so much, and you know it. And that would make me lose hope. Don't do that. I don't want that. I don't want that. No, don't want it. I don't even want Stargirl to even touch the Flash show. I don't want the Flash show touching this good show. The Flash show will ruin Stargirl for me. Keep it in its own universe. I do not want that trash of a show. And again, for people that like it, good for you. But I do not want that trashy show to ruin Stargirl. I don't want it.
No,
I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't even want all the other ones like Batgirl and I think it's Batgirl. It's Batwoman or whatever. And like Supergirl. I don't like any of those shows anymore. They've gotten really bad. I just don't want it. Flash got bad after season 3.
Bring Barry Allen into Stargirl.
I don't even want that because it's like I love Grant Gustin, but the writing that they give him is so bad. I don't because I don't want it, and I know that's what's gonna happen.
He confuses me, okay, with Grant Gustin. He confuses me.
What do you mean?
You don't like him?
I don't like him in Glee, okay, because he was mean in Glee. I know. But I really like Grant Gustin. I just do. It's not his fault that the rating is bad. The rating is bad, and it's just not good. But like, I don't want, if you bring him in here, you're bringing all the bad baggage from that show and bringing it here. I don't want it. Don't touch Stargirl. Don't touch Superman and Lois. I don't want it. And it's bad enough I heard that Tyler's reprising his role in Supergirl. I don't want that. Tyler. He's the guy that plays Superman and Superman and Lois. He plays Derek in Teen Wolf.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, I just don't want. I don't want it. Just keep them in their respected universes. Keep them in their separate universes. I just don't want it, and I know that's probably what's going to happen in that 5-night crossover. Is that all these shows are going to go on into Flash or something? Yeah. Apparently, what I heard. I just don't want that.
Well, Flash and Stargirl crossover.
Technically a version of Flash, but I don't think that's, and it's of that Earth. Remember, these Earths are different. What's that saying? It's talking to you.
I don't know.
Okay. But yeah, like I like that. Again, Jay Garrick is on a different Earth than Barry Allen. They're on 2 different Earths. So that's why I'm saying, I mean, it's always possible for Barry to come over here. I just don't want that. But I know in that five-part crossover, which is happening in November, I think that they filmed an episode where it's like she crosses over. And they might leave a hint maybe to this in this season, where like maybe that's the ending, she goes over or something. I don't even know, maybe. Or maybe that's in season 3 of Stargirl that they started filming. They filmed that sequence.
Yeah, because
they've been filming for a while. And I'm thinking maybe they filmed it for that crossover. I don't know.
No,
I have no clue.
They haven't just started filming Stargirl.
At least I think she's in that crossover. I believe so. That Stargirl's crossover. I think it's all the shows: Supergirl, Batwoman, Stargirl, Flash. What's on Flash is the main he's the main person that like all these other people are coming on his show. I think. I just don't want that. I don't want that. I don't know why the writers and everybody thought that was a good idea because I just don't like the Flash and I just feel like that just and I don't like Superman. I don't like, Batwoman, and I don't like Supergirl anymore. I Supergirl started getting bad to me personally in whenever season 1 left, and then Flash started getting bad in season 3. Batwoman I never liked. I just couldn't get into it, and I just don't think I'm shocked it's still on. But again, kudos to you guys if you like them. I think you should keep them in their respected worlds, if I'm being honest, because it's just, don't do it. But I think they're doing it, so it is what it is. But guys, that was the review, guys, of, Stargirl, episode 12. We only have, again, one more episode, 13 next week. I would really like to do an Instagram live before that finale. So guys, again, follow my Instagram. It's down in the description of this video. And remember to subscribe to the channel, put those notifications, and like this video. You guys do not want to miss that finale episode. You guys don't want to miss all the other cool stuff that comes to the channel. I'm almost to 400 subscribers. I'm literally at 339, right? No,
394.
Yeah, 394. I'm almost to 400 subscribers. I'm at 394, guys. I cannot believe we're almost to 400 subscribers. I'm almost there.
This is last week of October. Please get
Yeah, guys, that's the goal, is to get to 400 before the end of October. And I will be so happy, guys, if you can subscribe to the channel, put those notifications, and like this video. Come join this family. We're all about spreading love, positivity, and motivation on this channel. And again, that would make my day if you guys subscribe to the channel and, just come and join this family. We're growing each and every day. I love it when you guys respond, comment down in the comments below. I love talking to you guys. I love getting to know you guys. All you guys do is spread love, positivity, and motivation in the comments, and we just have great conversations, and I love it. It's the best part of my day when I get to communicate with you guys, because again, we're a family here on this channel, and I just cannot believe it how much this family has grown since last year. By the end of this year, it'll be 2 years since I've been on YouTube. That's insane to me. I remember starting last year, and I can't believe it. This would mark 2 years when this year is over. That's insane, guys. This family's grown so much, and we're almost to 400 subscribers. That is my goal, guys, to get to 400. Again, we're at 394, almost there. So again, if you haven't subscribe to the channel, put in those notifications, and like this video. Put in those notifications so you guys know at all times when I drop this content, so you guys don't miss it. Because if you don't hit the notification bell, you guys will not know when I drop videos for you guys. So please hit the notification bell, and please subscribe to the channel. But guys, we will see you guys next Tuesday for the finale of Stargirl. We hope everybody has a great day, a safe day. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.